All right, here's the first example we're going to do with piecewise functions. And so this is the function that we're given. Okay, it is a piecewise function, as you can see. So let's answer these questions. So part A says we want to evaluate this function at -3. So we want to know what is f of 3. So the first thing we need to do is figure out which one of the intervals does -3 fall into. So -3 falls inside this first interval because it's less than -1. Okay, so it falls in this interval. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use this rule. Since we're in this interval, we're going to use this rule to evaluate f of x. So that means f of x, or f of -3, is going to be negative of -3 minus 1, which is going to equal 3 minus 1, which equals 2. So f of -3 is equal to 2. Okay, now, B says, okay, we want f of -1. Now, where does -1 fall? Does it fall in here? Because I see -1 here, but I also see -1 here. Which one does it fall? Which interval does it fall into? Well, because this is less than, means that this is for all values that are less than -1, so it does not include -1 here. So the equal sign here tells you that it's included, -1 is included in this interval. So that means we're going to use this rule here, okay, -3. So that means f of x, or excuse me, f of -1 is equal to -3. Because everything, f of x, for all values in this interval is equal to -3. All right, good. Now, what about f of 2? All right, so f of 2, well, where does 2 land? Because I see 2 here and 2 here. So in this case, 2 is not included in this interval because it's less than. But here we've got the equal sign, so it's greater than or equal to. So x is greater than or equal to 2. So that means 2 falls in this interval, which means we're going to use this rule. So f of 2 is equal to the square root of what? 2 minus 2, which is the square root of 0, which equals 0. So f of 2 is equal to 0. Now, D says, okay, what about f of 6? Now, f of 6 is definitely greater than or equal to 2, so we're going to use this rule. And so now in this case, it's going to be the square root of what? 6 minus 2, which equals the square root of 4, which equals 2. So f of 6 is equal to 2. And that is how you evaluate piecewise functions.